The Lasso of Truth, signature weapon for Wonder Woman. Most who are captured in it are forced to answer any questions she asks and are unable to lie. How does she do that? Maybe Wonder Woman sprinkled Truth Serum on the lasso. Well, in this video, we will explore two chemical compounds, the so-called Truth Serum. Also, only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind in the future. Enjoy the video. What is Truth Serum? Truth Serum refers to various drugs that are used to induce a person to tell the truth, hence the name Truth Serum. The first drug ever approved as a truth-inducing drug was called Scopolamine. Scopolamine comes from the seeds of nightshade plants, which locals called the get-you-drunk tree. This drug was discovered by Dr. Robert House, an obstetrician, a doctor who specializes in all aspects of pregnancy. In order to help women through the strain of childbirth, he administered scopolamine, a popular obstetric anesthetic drug to women in labor. He found that the women would fall into twilight sleep, in which they would answer any questions with unthinking and automatic responses. After numerous experiments, Dr. House concluded that he could easily force the truth from his patients through the use of scopolamine. How does scopolamine work? Scopolamine competes with acetylcholine, which is a type of a neurotransmitter for a common binding site on the muscarinic receptor. Wow, that's a mouthful. This negatively affects the cholinergic system. The brain contains a number of cholinergic areas, each with distinct functions, such as playing an important role in arousal, attention, memory, and motivation. While some Nazis used it in interrogation in World War II, scopolamine was shortly disqualified as a truth drug because of a number of undesirable side effects. Today, it is used at very low doses to treat motion sickness, usually through a patch placed behind the ear. This way, the medication can get through the skin the easiest, using a minimum amount of quantity. Another commonly known truth serum is called barbiturate. The name barbiturate actually comes from the fact that barbiturates are all chemical derivatives of barbituric acid. The basic structure is a ring composed of 4 carbon atoms and 2 nitrogens. Physiological effects are very dependent on the structure. Certain side chains added to the ring can dramatically change the potency of the drug. During World War II, barbiturates like sodium amytal and sodium pentothal were used extensively for psychiatric purposes. Barbiturates reduce the activity of nerves, causing muscle relaxation. They can reduce heart rate, breathing, and blood pressure. How do barbiturates work? Well, barbiturates bind to what's called the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptor, or GABA receptor for short. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system that normally binds to the GABA receptor and promotes an inhibitory effect. The binding of barbiturates to the GABA receptor has essentially the same effect, which is that it leads to a prolonged opening of the GABA receptor, letting in chloride ions into the brain cells. Now, it increases the negative charge inside the brain cells, called neurons, and alters the voltage in neurons. Now, this change in the voltage makes the neurons resistant to nerve impulses and thus ends up depressing them. This state of complete relaxation would enable the soldiers to calmly speak of their experiences in order to lessen their trauma. However, don't get too familiar with barbiturate, because patients develop tolerance for barbiturates and even higher doses are required to produce the same effect. They are also very addictive, and the fatal dose is not much more than the normal therapeutic dose. Thus, they are truly dangerous drugs and are widely used to commit suicides. There is also the danger of automatism, meaning that the patients may take a dose, leave the bottle on the bedside table, and then, when half asleep, forget that the dose has already been taken and take some more. Now, this is one of the theories for the death of famous actress Marilyn Monroe. Another major problem is that barbiturates and alcohol are eliminated by the same system of enzymes in the liver. Now, this means that the consumption of the two chemicals at the same time can lead to a buildup of the toxic drug in the liver, resulting in liver failure and even death. Although these drugs have never been officially proven to be completely effective, truth serums have been used in various parts of the world. However, truth-inducing drugs are considered unconstitutional and unethical under the international laws and are classified as a form of torture. After all, truth serum is not a serum, and there's no way to really know if someone is telling the truth. Well, that's it for today, and thanks for watching.